The more you focus on, the more you get of what you focus on. So if you focus on optimism, you're going to get more good things. The problem with a lot of guys that gravitate to the space is a lot of those guys are jaded. They've been hurt. They've been cheated on. They've been divorced, all that kind of stuff. Get in line, brother. Like, we've all been there. We've all been there. But some of us have gone through, we've made it through the abyss, and we've come out the other side better men for it, and we've learned from it, and we're optimists now. Some of us are optimists, right? Look at RP Thor. RP Thor, he's probably one of the, for crying out loud, he came up with this series, The Essential Skills of a Masculine Presence. Dude is probably one of the most optimistic men I know. He's going through his next round of chemo here pretty soon. It's going to be a pretty harsh round of chemo. Dude's totally optimistic about it. Totally optimistic about it. Also, I gave him a pretty motivational voice message a couple months ago, and I think that lit a fire under him, which was good. And so since then, he's been really working on his mental frame and mental stability and mental health through this adversity, because he's going through some shit. But one thing is a fact, and I firmly believe this, and I think he firmly believes this. He's going to be the first one to beat this. He's going to be the first one. The reason why no one's beat this before is because no one thought they could. The doctors all say, oh, you can't beat this. No one ever makes it past this, right? And if they do, they only make it 5 more years. And they only make it 5 more years. You only got 5 years left at best, right? Most people die in a year. Thor's like, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to be the first one. And when everyone sees that I've done this, everyone's going to do it, right? No one thought that they could run a 4-minute mile until someone did it. No one thinks that they could beat this until Thor does it. Okay? Optimism. The next concept in the book is importance of flexibility. So this goes deep into the key characteristic of flexibility, right? So adaptability is essential in unpredictable situations, right? You've got to be open to possibilities. You got to be open to what might work. I find this in IT. Guys who assume something should be working so they won't even look at it have a hard time troubleshooting. Well, no, that's not it. Why even look at that? That shouldn't be that should be a factor here. Why not? Let's look at it. Why not? Right? Let's try this. Hey, let's try this. Oh, look, it works. Amazing. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm a goddamn good troubleshooter. Okay. I'm probably the best goddamn troubleshooter in IT in the space right now. Okay. I've seen it. I've been doing this for 20 years. I see guys who on paper think they know what they're doing. They might know some basics, but they can't troubleshoot for crap because they're not flexible. You understand? They're not willing to try things. They're not willing to look at things that should be working. Yeah, that should be working, but for whatever reason, all of this isn't working. So let's look at this component, right? Oh, okay, that is working. Great. Oh, see, look, that isn't working. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? Anyway. Adjusting strategies to new challenges ensures continued progress. That's also important, especially in my day job, because things change all the time, right? Things are constantly changing in this space. If I stayed in my mindset of where I was 20 years ago, I would be out of a job right now. You know, my dad, I love my dad, but my dad one time went to a trade school. This was back in the 70s or something like that. I think he went to Denver Institute of Technology, learned computer programming or computer operations or something like that, whatever they had back then. It was the old punch card systems. And my dad had a great job in IT running punch cards through computer systems. And then he got laid off from like probably the biggest job he ever had. And then he was unemployed for 2 years. And this is where I sort of develop my concept that women don't typically quit on men who are down. They quit on men who have given up on themselves. Well, my dad basically let himself go into a deep depression over this. And he was out of work for 2 years. My mom had to go back to work. My mom wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but she had to go back to work as a nurse, a critical care nurse, and she had to become the major breadwinner. And do you want to know how often she told us that she was the major breadwinner? Pretty much all my life. Like, just want to let you know, I'm the one paying all the bills around here, you know. Well, if you let yourself fall into depression, you are a quitter. You let your wife do all that kind of stuff, and then she's going to resent you for it. She's going to resent you for it, right? So it's not that women women necessarily quit on guys who are down and out. If you lose your job and you're like, you know what, I got a solution for this. I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm gonna get a job, and you're like, I will stop at nothing. I will work at Home Depot and Safeway until I get this new job so that I can make ends meet. Like, your wife's going to stick by you because you're not a quitter, right? But if you quit on yourself, she's going to quit on you. Okay. So you got to be able to adjust your strategies to new challenges. You got to be able to overcome things and not just quit on yourself. But there's a lot of guys out there just have so much quit in them, right? And then we have flexibility helps navigate uncertainty with confidence. That's the thing. Most people have a fear of uncertainty. That's why they won't be entrepreneurs. That's why they don't try new things. A lot of that is their ego protection, trying to keep them where they're at. But they're afraid of navigating any kind of uncertainty, right? And so they are afraid to act. If you don't act, you don't get good results. You know what I mean? Oh, CW says, you got to brave the storm to get through the calm. Get to the calm. There's no way around it. You do. Yeah. And it all makes you, all that adversity makes you a better person at the end of the day. All right, guys, follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Get on the email list, list.comeonmanpod.com. Get my ebook, She's Made You Weak. If you're finding that your girl is losing attraction for you, this is a good place to start. It explains the betaization process and why women start losing respect for you over time. They start turning you into a dutiful plow horse. And then now that she's changed you into the guy she thought she wanted, now she doesn't love you anymore because you're not the guy she was initially attracted to. Women do this to themselves. It's a vicious cycle. But guys that don't know how to handle the stuff in this ebook, they let it happen to them. But you don't know what you don't know. So get the ebook. It's free. Go to list.comeonmanpod.com, and I'll also mail you some free stickers. If you don't want free stickers, that's cool. I'll just put don't want stickers in the address field. I won't waste a stamp on you, but at least get the ebook, okay? And then speaking of books, we're going over Wraith's book today, but I too have a book in the Essential Skills of a Masculine Presence series called Psychology Paradigm, which we've been going through on Wednesdays. Let me play a commercial for that, and then we'll get back to the topic at hand today. Have you ever felt like something's holding you back in your relationships? Like you're always on the back foot, struggling to connect with women? You're not alone. Many men are taught to be weak, to defer, to play small around women by their upbringing, by society, by the very world that shaped them. But what if you could break free from the invisible chains that have held you back? What if you could rewrite the script, reprogram the paradigm that's been running your life? This is your chance to step into the man you were always meant to be. In the Essential Skills of a Masculine Presence, Psychology Paradigm by Paul Bauer, the first book in R.P. Thor's groundbreaking series, you'll learn how to understand and transform the paradigms that have shaped your life. You'll discover how to develop a dominant masculine presence, one that commands respect, inspires trust, and brings fulfillment to your relationships. Don't wait for life to change on its own. Take control. Order your copy of The Essential Skills of a Masculine Presence, Psychology Paradigm now on Amazon. Available in hardcover, paperback, or on Kindle. This is more than a book. It's your roadmap to a life of purpose, strength, and success. Make the decision today. Reprogram your life and step into the man you were meant. Yes, indeed. CW with a $2 super chat. Look at this. CW's a Beer Club brother. He's also a channel member. Says, get in Beer Club and stiffen your frame. I would have used a different word. Stiffen your frame. All right, I'm going to give him this one because he's a two-time member.
Moving closer to the line. Thank you, you're the best. Party on, we never rest.
Lot of mercy. So the next concept is mental toughness development. Now, there's a guy, one of my clients, I started working with him 5 months ago now, 5 or 6 months ago now. When this guy came to me, this guy, and this isn't derogatory any way, this is why he came to me, right? But he came to me and he was going through a lot of stuff, right? He was going through a lot of mental problems, lifetime issues of depression, not feeling good enough, all that kind of stuff. And I would say when he would even agree with this, when he and I started first working together.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.